I heard this guy talk about how his heaven is like he dies, he hopes he goes to heaven. When he knocks on the or when he's like knocking on the door, like God answers. And then God at that moment presents him with the maxed out version of himself standing there at the door.
Ooh.
And God is saying like, this is your maxed out version of yourself, the ultimate version of you. Did you get to this level? And he's standing there and he goes, if I can say I'm an identical twin to that maxed out version, then he lived life correctly. He did everything he wanted to do. He made all the experiences he wanted to have. He traveled the world. He had all of his successes, and he reached that maxed out capability of himself. So then he's now allowed into like his heaven.
Right.
But if he didn't get to that point, he goes to his hell. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because we talked about potential on the podcast, and that to me was like one of the best ways I've heard somebody talk about reaching your max potential or your maxed out version of yourself. It's like if you die and you get to that point, my goal is to be identical twins with the maxed out version of Mitchell Bienvenu.
Sure.
So I just heard that recently. I wanted to hear your thoughts on that concept.
Yo, that's a nice take. That'd be kind of lit. The only thing that would suck is if you don't get there, then you go to hell.
But maybe you can get close though. Like
yeah,
you don't.
that would be
Okay,
interesting.
I mean, you don't have. I'm not saying like if you don't reach that person, you're going to hell. But I'm saying like try to be as close as possible as that maxed out version of yourself.
No, yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Life happens. Obviously, things get in the way and things come up. But like, no matter what, try to get as close as possible to that maxed out version of yourself.
Yeah,
So
100%.
that was like the best explanation that I've ever heard about like reaching your max potential.
Yeah, what you could have been, did you get there?
Or did you
Yeah.
come close to it?
Before I answer that, let me ask you this. Most people, all 8 billion people on the planet, and then everybody before us, what percentage do you think actually reached that max potential? Because we're assuming the best possible version of themselves. How many people do you think got there? I'm sure a lot of people come close, which is really good. Tells a lot about humanity. But how many people you think actually got to their max potential?
I mean, I would go to say like 1 to 5%.
Yeah.
1%.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say less than 1.